So, hi everyone, Wesley here. Welcome to the fourth video of my solid series in C# and .NET. Today we are covering the Interface Segregation Principle, also known as ISP, the I in solid. We are almost done. This principle helps us to create cleaner and more maintainable code by avoiding bloated interface. So, what is ESP? The Interface Segregation Principle says clients should not be forced to depend on interface they do not use. In other words, don't force classes to implement methods that have nothing to do with their purpose. Let's look at the real-world example to make that clear. So I built this. Let first, I'm creating an I multifunction device, and this device can do anything. So this device print, scan, and we can use fax. This is a bad design example. So imagine that we have an interface called I multifunctional device, which include all possible features of a modern office printer. And then now we implement this for an advanced printer and everything works fine. If we came here all-in-one printer uh, using this interface multifunction device, we need to do everything like print, scan, and send fax. Take a look at this. If I remove this, I will have an error. And what is this error? I need to implement the interface. So it will ask for that. So let's get back of this. And now it's working. Now, what is the problem? So, but if we have a basic printer that only prints, so I need to come here and I'm using this interface, but my basic printer only prints, but I'm obligated to implement, like I said before, I'm obligated to implement this other function. So I came here and I will put this scan and say do nothing because I need to implement that even though I'm doing nothing. Or else I could do something else like throw an error and say, no, you can't send a fax. So let's get back here for our ISP sample, and I'm executing without ISP. So no ISP sample, and I have a multi printer, all-in-one printer. So I'm printing, scanning, and faxing. But with the basic printer, I can print and that is okay. But with scan, this does nothing. And with fax, I will have an error. Let's run this together. Where's my window? Oh, it's here. And let's choose 3. Can you see? I have an exception here. So when I choose Interface Segregation Principle, no ESP sample, multi-printer, I'm printing, scanning, and faxing. But with the basic printer, printing is working, scanning is doing nothing, and after that we have an exception because I put that here. So this is required to do. I need to implement fax, but the basic printer don't do that. So let's try to refactor that. All right. So this is a clear violation of ISP. We are forcing this class to depend on methods it doesn't use. So why is it a problem? Imagine you inject this basic printer in some code that tries to scan or fax. It will throw exceptions. The class only wants to print, but the interface demands more than that. The contract is too broad. So let's refactor this. All right. Let's fix using interface segregation. The idea is to break the big interface into smaller, focused ones. So I will try to create one by one because I like. So here I have a printer. All of them you will use that. So I have an I printer. It's a public interface and uh, public void, just void print is an interface. And I come here like I did every time. Oh, file scope and that's it. And after that, I can create another one, call it iScanner. It's a public interface and I have a void, just void scan. And I'll come here. All right. And then we have an iFax. Public interface. And we have a void fax. That's it. And let's try to choose our tools. So first of all, let's implement only what we need. So let's create a simple printer. So I will not use this basic printer because it was just an example, and I will use a simple printer. All right, my simple printer, it's a class that the send only that I'm using only the interface I printer, and is required to do to implement this printer. So I can use here implement interface. That's it, and I can add just a message. So console right line this printing. That's it. Let's get back over here. And all right, I have my simple printer, but at my office I have an office printer who does which does all of them. So I will create another service here with an office office printer, and with this office printer, I think you can see everything right now. So I'm using all of them, all of this interface. So I have iPrinter and I have iScanner and I'll have the iFax. So if I want to implement interface, I can do everything. I'm using Control Dot to show this these options. If you doesn't know that, so fax. So console right line sending fax. Oops. So, right line. Oops. I have nothing. I don't have other ones. So, that's it. And with my office printer, I can have my office print. I'll save a new, just print. New office printer. And here I can do a print, I scan, and fax. And that's it. Let's run this. 3. So, first of all, we are executing this no SP sample. All right. And we have uh, this throw here. I need to remove that. So I just commenting that and let's run. All right, so we have our no SP sample, printing, scanning, faxing, and the basic only printing. Now we have our ISP sample with the simple printer only printing, and with the office printer printing, scanning, and sending fax. So now each class only implement what it actually supports. No fake methods, no exceptions, just clean contracts. And that's it. This is how we respect the interface segregation principle. We create a specific interface so that each class only depends on what it really uses. So let's recap. ESP tells us to avoid bloated interface. Each interface should be focused on a single responsibility. Clients should never be forced to implement things they don't support. And that's it. By following ESP in C# and .NET, you build modular, testable components that are easier to evolve without risk. So, see you next time, but in the final video of the series, we'll cover the Dependency Inversion Principle, a big one when it comes to architecture and testability. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And see you in the next. Bye bye, guys.